Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. If this is your first time in watching Micks Mowers, don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, whack the old bell and set your notifications to all. And also if you enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, it helps also grow for my channel. In today's episode we're going to be taking a little look at a mount field, I think it's a 470, it's got a Briggs & Stratton on the top. It's come in as part of a job lot, I think it's job lot number 3. It all looks roughly complete, it does a bit of repairs. I've not even tried to pull it over or anything along that line. So I'll have a quick little look at it. I know that the drive cable does need attention, whether it needs replacing or not quite sure yet. As I say, haven't quite got that far. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's check out this little mount field 470. Right, here it is, little mount field SP470 on the bench in all her glory. Not quite sure of the year of manufacture yet. I'll have to have a look at the engine, see what the engine is. It's been sick, that I do know, which tells us it's been tipped up. Quick slurp of the old coffee. Lovely. I noticed that one of these wheels was a bit wonk. It wants bending in. It actually feels like it's okay, but just a bit loose. If I can tighten that up, that'll help. So it does want one of those, although the adjustment was out. That'll help loads, but that one's tightening up. This one as well. So they'll need a bit of a tighten. Not done nothing to it yet. Absolutely nothing. So it should have no fuel in it because these come from a recycle centre, and they all generally come with absolutely no fuel in them at all. Just trying to locate my torch, which I now have. It's a look inside this fuel tank. It looks mightily grubby. Yeah, absolutely full of oil is the tank. So I'm not putting no more petrol in there because it'll smoke like anything. So what we're going to do first off, we're going to put some fuel inside the head of the engine. So I want to see if this is actually going to run and to see if we've actually got a good engine or not. That's the purpose. So what I might do is just take this cover off because it's loose and it's already doing the heading. So I can put the grass in there. Now these have been stored outside at a location where I pick them up from. That sounds really dodgy, but it's not. It's perfectly legit. And I think this mower probably stands me in at about £7 or £8, no more than about that. So there's plenty of room for profit. Just want to try and locate that other screw. Which at the moment I'm having problems with. Can't even see inside there. Let me get my air compress out just to blow some of that muck out. I'm going to put a little fire on today because it is not very nice out. Absolutely full of muck in there. It's no wonder I can't get in there. Right, let's have another little look inside in there, see what we've got. Yeah, there's little torques in there, now I can see it. It's going to be around about there somewhere. I think there's some muck in there, which is why I can't get it undone. It's turning now. Now I have noticed that the dead man's cable is actually broke on this. It's hanging out. I might have another one of these lids with a mount field sticker actually on it. If I have, that'd be a bonus. Right, that's a bit better. Now we'll see what we're doing. So this has got the original plug in it. I can tell that because the plug has been sprayed black. I'm expecting this to be oily. Oh my lord, that's got absolutely no chance at all in working. No chance at all. But what we're going to do is just put a bit of life into it. Bit of carb cleaner. Just to clean the terminal up. having a bit of a wire brush just to help it on its way. I don't want to invest a new spark plug in it if the engine's no good. But this spark plug is particularly dirty. So a bit of treatment on there, just to try and get that to come back to life. Get me there going again. Turn that fire down. Back of my legs are burning. Right, a bit of carb spray. Let's move his tools out of the way first, because I'm going to be firing up inside the shed. I'm not going to go outside, because as I say, it's absolutely lashing down. I have bought some new bits and pieces for the shed, just door furnishings, just to so I can pin my doors open. I'll probably fit them during the video, so when I do actually go to fire it up, I'll just hang it out the door with the exhaust going straight outside, so I'll have loads of ventilation. Okay, with that now in place, we can now just try and quickly fire this machine up. I'm not looking for it to run, just want to start. That's what I want it to do. Let's have a quick little look, see what happens. Oh, lots of stuff inside here. Oh my word, I don't think I can pull it. It's kicking back on me, and I don't want to pull that too hard because it'll tear my fingers off and that would really hurt. But this has been tipped up, as I say. So let me just literally unhydrolock this. So let's get a bit of sick paper, put it under there, and give it a couple of pulls. Has it been sick? Yeah, it's been sick. That should now clear the bulk of the issue we had. That oil looks really, really watery as well. Now I'm going to pull over. I'm now out of carb spray. Alright, let's go again. Oh, that's locking up. Do you know, I think the timing's gone on this mower, because every single time I go to pull it, I can feel it snatching back on me. So what first I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the key, the flywheel off of this machine. Just got a feeling if I pull it really hard, it's going to bust my fingers. And as anyone would know that works on small engines, a sheared keyway absolutely kills when you pull it over, and I mean really hurts. So I'm just going to 3/8 in, and we're going to remove this off to see what we can see. Now the engine might actually be toast, you know, it could be done. But at the moment I can't even put it over. My word. Okay. is particularly bad. Every single time I go to pull it, it don't want to know. Let's have a spark plug out. Absolutely full of oil again. This machine is severely hydro locked. Right, now I have my new tool which I'm going to use today, which is for taking off these flywheels, which is my new air hammer, which I haven't yet used, so that'll be interesting. I'm going to be using that today. So I'm just going to fire my compressor up, get it up to speed, and also I want to get me DeWalt and my large socket to see if that will actually remove the flywheel nut. Right, what I'm now going to do is I now want to remove the flywheel nut itself. Just trying to find my big extension for it. I'm going to see if my DeWalt will actually remove it. Generally they do. Nothing there to stop it. Yeah, lovely. And that was with my snap-on socket that Mr. Pete Froud sent me. Cheers for that, Pete. So we've got that. Flywheel key looks good initially. But I'm going to take it out anyway, just to remove that flywheel. So let me just fire my air compressor up and I want to try my new air hammer out. Right, so I've now got my new toy, which is my new air hammer, which I've just set up, and I purchased one from Martin Butler, as I say, the other day. Now I haven't touched this at all, other than just taking the nut off that you saw, and all you do apparently is just put that onto there, and you bit of upwards pressure. And it should, theoretically, bring it up. There it goes. Perfect. No more whacking with hammers. None of that old malarkey. Those days are gone. So that was pretty tight, I'd say. Did quite a good job. So up comes the old flywheel. Let's have a look at that key, because sometimes these keys only need to be marked. Now that's not marked at all. I'm going to put a new key in there anyway, because it is still hydro locking or kicking back on me. What I may do is also I may take the all the oil out of this machine, because it may be severely overfilled with oil as also. So I've got a couple of options there. I want to take the air filter off now as well, and then give us a good clean up. Put the flywheel back down. Those air hammers actually are pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, it's been tipped up, shockingly. Shockingly. Springs are all in place, which is good. So a quick WD-40 again, and I'll give us a darn good clean up. I don't know why I'm even putting that in there, because it's full of oil anyway. I'll come back to you once that's done. Back, bit of a clean up. Flywheel will now go back on. I've got a new key just in case. It was kicking back. Something wicked. Really was not happy with it at all. So new keyway goes in. Line that up. Move the brake out the way would help. Let's get a mallet of some description, just to assist that to go down. Going to be about there. Which is now on. Lovely. Next thing I want to do is I want to take all the oil out of this machine. That's the next thing to do, because I'm not sure how much is in here, but I'm guessing it's overfilled. It just keeps on hydro locking. So let me get my oil extractor, which I may have to empty out because it is relatively full. Let's put that into there. Oh, it's saying not a lot, but I can tip this machine up on its side now and take it all out. Let me take my oil extractor around the other side and move my table to about there. Hopefully you're still in shot, which you is. Stick that into there. We'll give that a couple of pumps, and then we tip the lawnmower up on its side to remove all the oil out of it. I think there's just so much muck in here. See how we get on now. Yeah, it's sucking. Yeah, it's all in here. Well, let's get all this oil out of this machine. Give us 2 ticks and I'll come back. Right, that's now all the oil out of that machine, every last drop of it. So what I'm going to do now is put the pull cord back on. But I need to see if this machine will turn over with a spark plug inside it. That's what I need to see. Still being sick, look. Still being sick. So that's all inside the exhaust. Right, slight change of plan. I'm going to take that muffler off, because that muffler is, I think, is just chucking oil out left, right and centre. And that ain't no good to me. So I want to take that little tiny muffler off. And clean that out best I can. Because at the moment, it ain't doing nothing. Tip it up on its side or something and try and do something with it. Because at the moment, it's just, as I say, it's just not doing it. Look at that. Absolutely full of stuff. And try and capture some of that lot before it all goes belly up on me. One little tiny tub, which I think is in here. Pick up in a bit. Let's take that off. Yes, full of oil, full of water, full of everything. So that can now just drain out quite happily in that little tiny tub. And what I'll probably end up doing, I'll probably end up setting fire to that. But that's got to all come out. I can't have that in there. At least now I know there's no more oil in this machine. But look at it. It's just throwing up left, right and centre. Really is not a well little girl, are you, darling? Been mistreated. I think I use more blue roll on this lawnmower than I have on all the other lawnmowers put together so far. give us 2 ticks, a bit of a tidy up. I'll come back to you, and we'll go from there. And the next thing I want to do now is I want to put the spark plug back in. Now there is next to no oil in this machine, but I'm going to fire it. But I only want to fire it for a second. I don't want to fire it for long. Just want to see if it will actually turn over without biting me and without locking up. So what I'm going to do first off is leave the HT lead off first, and just going to turn it over with no fuel in it or nothing like that. Just want to spin it over to see if it now will stop biting me, because it was biting. So HT is off, the machine can't start. Now we have compression, it's not biting. Which is good. Still getting some oil coming out of this machine. Not a lot though. There can't be much more inside it. It is literally just running out of the exhaust port. Okay, so we'll go for a fire, and as I say, it's just going to be a little tiny one, just to get the machine to fire up to know that the engine is actually good. That's all I want to do. It's only be running for about 2 or 3 seconds. It's not going to be running for very long, so therefore it won't damage the engine. Bit of that in there. If I can get it to run, just let it run outside, just to clear itself, would be lovely. Right, stand clear, let's see what happens. Nothing. So I'm going to put a new B2LM in. That spark plug might be no good. In fact, I'm just going to bin that. Let's get a new one in. Put a bit more squirt in there. I don't want to put the muffler on yet because it's full of petrol. No, that will cause a problem. Try it again. Come on, baby. Let's see it go. Right, so she fired up. That's a good thing. I don't think it's going to fire with the way that the carburetor is currently. The carburetor is in an absolutely shocking state with regards to the fuel tank. Or do I just try? The chances are, it's going to be, it's absolutely full of oil in there. I can see it is. So do I go for a swill? Let me just put a bit of petrol in there, just to see if it will actually prime. Chances are it won't, because there's quite a bit of oil in this tank. Let's put a smidge in. That should be enough. Let's just see if it will prime. Here it comes. Yes, priming. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the tank and literally, what's on there, 11, yeah, literally give the tank a swill. I'm not going to service the carburetor yet until I know it's actually going to be a working carburetor of some description. So quick tank swill just to clean it up. By then the exhaust will be out of the petrol and won't be a risk. Let's have a little look. Bit of a swill. And that's the colour of my petrol. Wicked, eh? Now the tank itself doesn't actually look too bad. Oh, there's a big lump of something in there. Massive lump of something. I've got no idea what's in there. Let's have a look. I see something right in the corner. You're the first witness this. There's water in there as well. So the tank actually, to be fair, it's not actually in bad condition, despite the colorations of the oil and the water in there. And the chances are that this gasket and diaphragm is going to be, it's chucking out. Yeah, I've got to do a carb clean on it because it's chucking out black stuff through here. So let's have a quick little butcher's. That's inside the tank. As you can see, oil, water, everything in there, and then the tank looks like that. The filter is absolutely full of oil everywhere. So this needs a damn good clean out. Let me get it done. I'll come back when it's been done. This engine's still being sick, and hopefully we'll get this machine to run. If I can get it to run, it'll sort itself out and stop smoking, but it needs a bit of therapy. So tank clean, carburetor clean. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right, brand new air filter going on, tank's now back on, oil's now in the machine. Just got to fill it up with petrol, turn it round, have it facing out the door because it's absolutely lashing down with rain, and hopefully we get this little machine to fire up. That's the intention. I'm hoping it will, because I've done quite a bit of work to this one to try and bring it back, and it would be a shame if it is a terminal engine, but I don't think it is. But without a drive cable, it's not going to sell as it is, so I need to get a drive cable for it. Let me get a funnel for that. Get a drive cable for it, and what have you, and I'll take the engine off when I do the drive cable on it, because I don't want to be tipping this engine back up. It's been tipped up far too many times as it is in its life. Needs to say someone threw this engine out because they thought it was no good. But we've already had it fire once with no oil in it, just to prove the fact. And now with a carburetor clean, new gasket diaphragm, which is what it's had. That's now priming, as it should. HT is now on. Filled it with oil. I'll put it by the door, and then we'll go for a fire up. Right, I think we can now fire this machine up. As I say, it's right by the door as far as I like to get it. So all the smoke's going to go outside. Push that door open a speech. Yeah, probably closed because it's very windy and raining out here. Let's pull the dead man in and let's see what we don't get. Don't want it to hydro lock if I can get it. Go on, go. It's smoking quite a bit, so rather than me smoking the shed out, which is just starting to, I'm going to put it outside, let it run, and we'll see what it comes back in 2 minutes. Right, that's been running now for about 4 or 5 minutes, and it was really smoky, but it is still smoking now to a degree. So So I'll give it another 2 or 3 minutes, just see if it does clear itself, but I've got a sneaky suspicion it's either head gasket or the rings are gone on this machine. The wind's not helping because it blows the smoke straight away, but I'll give it a fair chance, let it run for another 2 or 3 minutes, see if it does clear itself, but if it shows any more signs, it's going to come back in and further investigations are required. Right, let's have a little look, see what it's doing. Okay, as you can hear, the lawnmower's on its test. It is now not smoking, but I've got my suspicions it's not right. What I should probably do is I should probably let it stop and then go back to it tomorrow morning and try and fire it again tomorrow morning. I'm suspecting either the head has gone or the pistons have let by the rings, and that's why it was chucking out so much oil. But it's running sweet as a nut, but I just want to get it really hot, see how it goes, check the oil and what have you. And by tomorrow morning I should know when I fire it back up to see what's actually gone on with this machine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little episode of Micks Mowers. Hope you found it informative. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave comments down below in the comment section. My Amazon wishlist is always down there in the pinned comment also. Thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Micks Mowers very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, more importantly, take her easy.